Alright, we got our new DC animated announcement.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Batman v Jesus.
You're kidding me.
No, okay.
It's about time.
We did see that, though, when we looked up Batman movies. They're working on a documentary. It's called, like, Batman and Jesus.
Yeah, it's apparently a comedic documentary.
And it's got the cross with the bat symbol
It's
on
incredible. It looks amazing. Yeah.
Okay, but the real thing, Gotham by Gaslight
Yes.
is getting an animated movie. It's getting the Dark Knight Returns treatment, which I still stand by. The Dark Knight Returns movie is one of the best existing Batman movies out there.
Including live action.
By far.
I think
I would say it was way better than Batman v Superman, and I still like that movie.
Yeah, well, it went like panel by panel.
Yeah, and I mean, I have a hard time comparing it to like the Dark Knight because they're so different.
Right.
Like that's not really. I still stand by my opinion that the Christian Bale Batman is not really the same Batman. He's not really the same type of Batman. He's like a different type. He's more like, how would you put it? I don't know. He's a different type of Batman. It's really hard to like pin it down.
It's hard.
He's very different.
He's awesome.
But the Dark Knight Returns was such a fantastic Batman movie that basically got everything right from that
both
adaptation.
parts.
Oh yeah,
parts 1 and
parts.
2.
And if you want to see the full thing, you get both of them.
Yes.
Which, by the way, they did a great job of not just condensing that down into a piece of shit.
No.
Because they could have just put it into one part.
They just let the comics do the work.
Yeah, they basically went mostly, like, a couple things changed, but it was mostly panel by panel adaptations. Yeah. Which was really
Which
good.
is what the fans want to see, too. And
yeah.
that's why it did so well.
And honestly, if we're looking at DC animated movies, they've been the best things DC has put out in the past 10 years. I would say since the 90s, actually. Because, like, you had things like Mask of the Phantasm, Batman and Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero.
Yup.
Mystery of the Batwoman. Okay, let's ignore that one.
Yeah, you stop that now.
Let's ignore that one.
Well, Under the Red Hood was really good.
Under the Red Hood was fantastic, but there's also, like, since that animated era ended, you know, like the animated series, the best animated movies they've made have been adaptations of graphic novels.
Yeah.
They really have. Because, like, when the animated series ended, and the death nail for that was basically Mystery of the Batwoman. Which is a bad note to go out on. That was really too bad. But since that era ended, a lot of the original movies, like some of them have been good, but a lot of them have kind of dropped the ball compared to the graphic novel adaptations.
Well, and that's been tough too, especially we've watched quite a few of them, and we saw like Teen Titans vs. Justice League.
That was terrible.
Was an abomination.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was basically like sitting and watching an abortion.
Yeah, but oh my gosh.
It was pretty bad.
I guess. Yeah. So then we have that. Then we had, I think we had Son of Batman and Batman vs. Robin.
And both those were okay.
They were mediocre.
Yeah, like there were good parts of them. There were like parts of them that were like, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But then the rest of them would be like, oh, this is fun. Like, I think I watched like Son of Batman on my way home in the back seat of a car ride with my parents.
What a thrilling environment.
Because we had gone to see my cousins like 2 hours away or something. So on the way home, I just sat and watched Son of Batman on my computer. Because it's like that level of movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's like a plane ride movie.
That's a good description.
Yeah, whereas like The Dark Knight Returns is like a movie that would actually benefit from watching it on like a 50+ inch television with like surround sound.
Oh my god.
It's just fantastic.
And 3D. 4D.
And the music's great. I don't know, it's just fantastic. So like to see that level of story making come to, you know, like actual fruition in a movie, that's what I'm looking forward to with this. Because Gotham by Gaslight is beloved by fans. It takes place in Victorian England. It deals with Jack the Ripper. It deals with all these like Victorian versions of these characters.
Of the villains even, too. Like, if you look at some of the pictures from the villains, if you go even online, there's like a comic.
Oh, yeah, and I'm sure I'll show one in the video.
They look incredible. Joker.
They're all steampunk.
Yeah. And they're Funkos. Well, no, not their Funkos.
No, there's the steampunk Funko of Batman. Yeah, that's the Gotham by Gaslight. You guys should check that out.
That's super cool. But yeah, the villains look incredible. I think, like, having something completely different, too, by the way, is going to be really refreshing to see. Because we've had a lot of modern day. I think the oldest Batman we've seen is The Dark Knight Returns, as far as the animated universe goes.
Yeah, I think you might be right, because when you say the oldest, you mean like the oldest graphic novel adaptation?
Just like oldest in like like time period.
Oh yeah. Because The Dark Knight Returns is hard to pin down too because year one takes place in the Dark Knight Returns universe.
Yeah.
And Dark Knight Returns originally took place in like the late 80s, I believe.
Yeah.
It's like a weird future 80s. But then there's like some issues with the canon of like year one like not matching up, but they still say it does.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
But yeah, so I'm really excited to see that. But I was going to say, one thing too is that this got promoted because of the Batman and Harley Quinn movie coming out.
Right.
Because like that's why this kind of came up. Like, I don't remember the interview, but it was asked like, oh, you know, what's the what's the next thing you're working on? And it was like, oh yeah, Gotham by Gaslight.
Which is going to be so cool. I'm curious to see who they cast as voice actors.
Well, they should put the Floronic Man in there.
They really should. He should become an everyday kind of... and then,
Are you excited for Harley Quinn, that movie?
I actually am really excited for that movie. I'm a little nervous.
I see of it, I'm like, this looks like crap.
The trailer didn't look good. We actually, for some reason, there's a review up right now, or like there's a score up for it now on.
I don't know if that was the right one, but IMDb it was like a score of 6.2. But I don't know if that was pointing at the right movie.
And that's what I don't know for sure. It wouldn't make sense, but you Googled it, and then a score came up. And it was like 6.2 out of 10 for Batman and Harley. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But which isn't a great sign. But in the trailers, don't look great. I hope that it turns out okay. If it's at least mediocre, I'll be content, because right now it looks awful.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't really have a big desire to watch it. I will watch it because I love Harley.
Right.
That's why I'm gonna watch it. Like, Harley's like one of my favorite Batman characters. Always has been, like, for years and years. Basically, actually, probably what really kicked that off for me was Arkham Asylum. Where, like, I just started to notice her more, you know what I mean? And then I went back and watched her in the animated series, and I'm like, why didn't I, like, latch on more to this character back then? I really like her. So, like, to see a movie with her is great. It's just the quality is kind of meh. But what I'm hoping for out of this movie is that it will promote the Batman animated brand, like the DC animated brand enough, that we keep getting better things. So, like let's say that this, I mean, we're for sure getting Gotham by Gaslight, but let's say like a bad movie like Justice League versus Teen Titans crashed the DC animated, right? Then we wouldn't have gotten Gotham by Gaslight.
No.
So, like, I'm content with some of these being shit if it continues to give us really good ones once in a while.
Down the road.
As unbalanced as that is, and as much as I wish that it was more consistent on quality.
Well, right, because we've had some decent ones that led to The Killing Joke, which was not as good as I had hoped, but it happened. And
yeah,
then
I didn't really like The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
And I liked the story, but it was...
yeah.
They kind of massacred Batgirl.
It could have been better there.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it led to, obviously, Gotham by Gaslight now, Batman and Harley. So if they can, like, just produce some likable movies, they can lead to maybe something with The Long Halloween.
Oh yeah, people have been asking for that for years.
That'd be incredible. I'd love to see Nightfall.
I'd love to see Dark Victory.
That'd be amazing. And
that's like another big, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like big mainstay Batman title.
And that's why we're rooting for these to be good, so that we get more.
What was the one, the House is about Arkham Asylum?
Oh, Serious House on a Serious Earth?
What if they did that?
That'd be amazing.
That's a really dark one.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of those, like if they adapted, like, because that was wasn't that the inspiration for the Arkham Asylum original game?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's based off of.
So I would love to see something with that. And I don't know, if you want to see a DC original, I don't know if you watched this. I might have let you borrow it. I let Chris watch it, and he really liked it, actually. Justice League Gods and Monsters.
Yeah, I did watch that.
Did you like that?
I did like it,
I thought that was really good because it was so different. It was like all these different versions of the heroes. Like, wasn't it a version of Barda that was Wonder Woman?
Yeah, it was interesting.
And there was like Kirk Langstrom, I think, was Batman. I think that was his name.
Yes.
Was it Langstrom?
I think you're right.
And he was like a vampire, and then you had Superman, who was a descendant of Zod.
Yeah.
Like, all that stuff was great. It's just so different.
Yeah.
And then it spawned comics off of it, actually.
Right.
So, like, I don't know. I'd like to see original stuff like that that's high quality, but in the meantime, I'm definitely content with these, like, things that I know are great.
Right. And if they can, I'd love to see Gotham by Gaslight do really well. We obviously don't know a lot about it. It just got announced. But really, I don't know. how badly they could mess this up. It's a great story. There's a lot of content
unless they decide to like make a prequel with Brian Azzarello, where maybe like Jack the Ripper has sex with Batman.
That's really hot. Yeah, go on.
And he works in a library.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that'd be perfect. The animated universe has been up and down a little bit, but I think
it's a roller coaster as far as quality.
Yeah, if they could just get consistent and just keep... I mean, there's so much content to work with. I hope they knock Gotham by Gaslight out of the park. We'll see what happens with Batman and Harley.
No, yeah, I don't have high hopes for it, but I would like to be proven wrong on it.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be bad.
Yeah. And then we see where the universe goes from there and just enjoy the content that keeps coming out.
Yeah, definitely. And despite what people think about the DCEU, because even I have a lot of problems with it, this is somewhere you can always go. At least every couple years to get a couple of hours of fantastic content. Because they always put out something great every couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, guys, let us know what you think about Gotham by Gaslight. Are there any stories from Batman or even any of these other series that you would like to see come to DC Animated Universe? What do you guys think about Superman, the DC Animated Superman? Because we didn't talk about that, but he's kind of gotten the short end of the stick in DC Animated. He's only got a couple. I think the last was Unchained. Are there more Superman stories you'd like to see from that universe? Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like-a-rooney, leave a comment, and we'll talk to you later. Call me.